Good morning, YouTube. I've now been using this OnePlus 6T for 4 days exactly. And holy crap, I've been impressed with this thing. I wasn't that excited for this phone, like going from the 6 to the 6T. Like, what changed? The notch became smaller. I don't know, yeah, I guess that's cool, but the fingerprint sensor moved to the front. Like, I thought that would be a step down. And then, yeah, a bigger battery. It went from 3400 milliamp hours to 3700 milliamp hours. The screen was basically the same. It increased the height very, very little bit. The camera is exactly the same. So overall, I didn't think before I actually had this in my hand there was that much to get excited about. But after using this phone, so it's been 4 days now, and holy, this is such an exciting phone to use. Okay, first of all, the smaller notch, that's the least of the changes. I'm barely noticing that. It is nice to have a smaller notch, but it still looks awkward. In some ways it looks more awkward to me. I actually started now just trying to use it where the software kind of moves the screen only up to below the notch, so it doesn't show the notch. Yeah, the notch, which I was a little bit excited about, is my least exciting aspect of using the phone so far. But the most exciting aspect is the battery life. Oh my God. So it went from 3400 milliamp hours in the 6 to 3700 milliamp hours in the 6T. So what is that? Like, we're getting to almost 10%, give or take, which I didn't think would be a noticeable difference. But now it's also, I guess, a new version of Android Pie. And the battery life on this phone is crazy. The first day I got it, I mean, this is a very typical thing with Android phones. When you first get it, the battery life is awesome. And then a couple of days and things start to set in. So the first day that I used this phone, I took it off the charger at 8 a.m. This was on Saturday morning. I didn't have to put it back on the charger until 44 hours later. 4 a.m. on Monday morning. Like, I went through almost a whole weekend. And that wasn't just, I was trying to maximize standby time. If you look at my screen on time, it's 8.5 hours. Are you kidding me? Then I charged it on Monday morning. I put on the charger at 4 a.m., took it off at 8 a.m. again on Monday. So the second time it went from 100% to 2%. I got 22 hours of standby time and 8.5 hours of screen time again. I wasn't gaming. I wasn't doing any kind of heavy duty editing activities on this phone. It was just using it for basic things like, you know, social media, YouTube, things like that. But yeah, battery life on this phone is crazy. Another aspect about this phone that I'm absolutely thrilled about and surprised about is the fingerprint sensor. I really thought the fingerprint sensor was going to be a step down in user experience. That fingerprint sensor they had on the 6 was so fast and worked so well. But anyway, I'm happy to say this fingerprint sensor is awesome. I love using it. It feels so like the future. The graphics they have for when it unlocks are awesome. I'm still so into how it looks. It works really well. It's fast. I can tell it's not as fast as the hardware sensor they had before. Well, this is still hardware, but for me, it's worked fine. I really like using this sensor, and I'm really happy they made that change. Lots of other phones are going to do that. I'm certain, and it'll probably get better too. Anyway, so big surprise there. I'm very happy and very pleased with the fingerprint sensor. I've been using it interchangeably with the case and without a case. I felt like other OnePlus, like 5T, the 6, they were really slippery. This one also feels a little slippery, but it's been okay. It's really nice. It feels really nice to use it without the case, but I still am using the case. I don't trust this thing from not slipping out of my pocket. The 6 slipped out of my pocket all the time. So I've been using it interchangeably with this case, which is the OnePlus nylon case, which I really, really, really like. And this case, which is the carbon look case, which is much slimmer. So they're kind of different cases. This one's hard to put on and off. This one's really easy to put on and off. So I've been going back and forth. Oh, other things I really like about this is I love Oxygen OS and the OnePlus launcher. They've been steadily just, you know, chipping away at it and just making it better and better and better. I like stock Android. So this feels like stock Android with so many like nice little touches that they've added. I like all the customizations that they've added. There's so many customizations in terms of the UI Then I love this OnePlus shelf feature where if you slide to the right, one of the things I really like is all the shortcuts that you can add using this shelf toolbox. Like you can add shortcuts that go directly into a function. So what I mean is you don't have to open the clock, then switch to the stopwatch or timer. You can go right into the timer. Or for the camera, you can go right into portrait mode or right into video, right into selfie mode, right into pro mode. I really like all those kind of little touches that they've added. Now, this is a huge thing for me. On the OnePlus 5, there was a setting, so the status bar clock, you could add seconds to it, so it'd show the seconds. When they brought the notch with the 5T, they took that feature out, which I was really disappointed about. I love seeing the seconds all the time. They brought it back now that the notch has gotten smaller. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know they were gonna bring it back. So that is awesome. I also like you can actually see the speed of your connection, like how quickly bits are coming down to your phone. Really, really like that. It's also very, very, very smooth to use. I don't think that'll be any difference than a 6, obviously, because it's exactly the same. The screen looks nice, looks really nice. The size is really nice, the fit in the hand. Doesn't feel like a big phone at all. Overall, very, very happy with the phone. I haven't talked much about the camera because I haven't played with the camera that much, so I'll reserve any camera talk for another video. One thing I've noticed when I'm not using the case is sometimes touches register when they shouldn't. Just like I'm holding the edge of the phone and, you know, a control will get triggered. I've noticed that happen a few times, which is a little annoying. I'm sure they can fix that in software. Other than that, I don't have any hardware complaints. Definitely no complaints about the battery. The charging was classic DAS charging. It charged super fast. It charged from 2% to 90% in 60 minutes. How's that for fast charging? So yeah, overall, very little downside I'm seeing so far. Tons of upside. I'm looking forward to using this phone, and I'm sure I'll make more videos about it. Okay, thank you for watching.